Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me from Ministry of Higher Learning, where we teach you all about the metaphysical, esoteric, and mystical teachings that will help you in your spiritual growth and evolution. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 5 sacrifices you must do daily to open your spiritual eyes and ears. And without further ado, let us begin. Many people desire to open their spiritual eyes and ears. Yet they are unaware that there are certain sacrifices one must make in order to attain this level of spiritual awareness. To open your third eye, you have to be willing to give up certain things. Are you ready to sacrifice? To gain wisdom, insight, and knowledge, you must be willing to pay the price. So if you're ready, let us begin. Number 1, you have to sacrifice your attachment to outcome. If you want to start seeing and understanding the energy around you and the world around you, you have to detach yourself from the outcome. This is something that is very difficult for most people to understand. When you walk into a situation, you always expect something out of it. For example, when you go to work, you expect to get paid. When you go to a relationship, you expect your partner to love you every single time you ask them or expect them to do what you want them to do. When you go into a conversation, you expect the other person to understand your point of view. However, when you're trying to develop your spiritual eyes and ears, you can't attach any outcome to the situation because by doing so, you are blocking yourself from receiving the energy that is being offered. Let me give you an example. Let's say you sit down to meditate, but instead of meditating, you start asking questions like, "Am I doing it right? Is this the correct way to do it?" Your mind starts to wander everywhere, which eventually takes you out of the state of meditation. Instead of saying, "Oh, I meditated today," you end up feeling upset with yourself because you weren't able to meditate properly. Why does this happen? Because you had an attachment to the outcome. You expected yourself to meditate well, but you didn't expect the thoughts to come into your mind. Therefore, when the thoughts came into your mind, you started judging yourself. My child, it is okay not to meditate well. It is okay if you don't feel like meditating. You don't have to meditate every day. In fact, you don't have to do anything. But when you decide to do something, you should not attach any outcome to it. This is the first sacrifice you must make if you want to open your spiritual eyes and ears. Give up the attachment to outcome. Be in the present moment and enjoy whatever you're doing at that moment. If you're meditating, then just enjoy the process of meditating. Don't think about how well you're doing it. Just let it happen. Same thing applies to everything else in life. No. 2. You have to sacrifice your ego. The second sacrifice you must make to open your spiritual eyes and ears is to kill your ego. Many of us are so attached to our ego that we fail to see the truth. We live in a world full of illusions, and we are one of those illusions. Our ego is the strongest illusion we face. It is very important for you to understand that your ego is an illusion. You are not your ego. Your ego is only a part of you. It is the part that is responsible for creating the separation between you and others. Your ego is the part that judges others and makes you feel superior or inferior to others. It is the part that is responsible for all the pain and suffering in this world. To open your spiritual eyes and ears, you must realize that your ego is nothing but an illusion. You must see that it is not real. Once you realize this, you will be able to kill your ego and open your spiritual eyes and ears. No. 3. You have to sacrifice your need for control. Have you ever noticed that whenever you try to control something, it goes out of your hands? This happens because we don't have any control over anything in this world except our own thoughts. We cannot control others or the situations around us. We can only control ourselves. When we try to control others, we actually create more problems for ourselves. To open your spiritual eyes and ears, you must learn to let go of the need for control. You must trust that everything is happening for a reason and that you are exactly where you need to be. You must surrender yourself to the flow of life and trust that everything will work out for the best. When you do this, you will be able to open your spiritual eyes and ears and see the truth. No. 4. You have to sacrifice your fear. Fear is the main thing that keeps us from achieving our goals. It is the fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown, and fear of losing what we have that prevents us from moving forward. Fear is what keeps us stuck in our past and prevents us from creating the life we desire. To open your spiritual eyes and ears, you must learn to overcome your fears. You must face your fears and realize that they are nothing but illusions. You must trust that you are capable of achieving your goals and that you deserve to live the life of your dreams. When you do this, you will be able to open your spiritual eyes and ears and see the truth. And number 5, you have to sacrifice your attachment to form. This is the last and final sacrifice you must make if you want to open your spiritual eyes and ears. You must learn to detach yourself from the form. We are so attached to the form because we live in a world that glorifies the physical. We are constantly bombarded with messages that tell us that the physical is all that matters. However, this is not true. The physical is only a small part of who we are. We are also spiritual beings, and it is our spirituality that gives meaning to our lives. To open your spiritual eyes and ears, you must learn to look beyond the physical form. You must learn to see the spirit in everything and everyone. When you do this, you will be able to open your spiritual eyes and ears and see the truth. My child, these are the 5 sacrifices you must make if you want to open your spiritual eyes and ears. These are the 5 things you must give up if you want to see the truth. Are you ready to make these sacrifices? Are you ready to open your spiritual eyes and ears? Are you ready to see the truth? If your answer is yes, then I want you to close your eyes, raise your hands towards the sky and repeat after me. I am ready to sacrifice my attachment to outcome. I am ready to kill my ego. I am ready to let go of the need for control. I am ready to overcome my fears. I am ready to detach myself from the form. I am ready to see the truth. Now open your eyes and behold the truth. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. You are not your body. You are not your mind. You are not your emotions. You are a spiritual being and you are eternal. You are one with the universe. You are one with God. You are one with everything. There is nothing separate from you. You are all connected and everything is within you. You are the universe, and the universe is within you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss out on any of my videos. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all of my supporters for their generous donations. Your donations help me to continue my work, and I am grateful for your support. If you would like to support me, please visit my donation page. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.